Let's go to the Field Museum for Chicago Travel Vlog Day 3.
So for lunch today we are here at Chicago Waffles, so let's see how it is. It's lunchtime now, but for lunch we're having Chicago Waffles. I've ordered a pound French toast, and my friend Andrea has ordered the red velvet waffles. So we'll see how they are. I'm really excited. Our plan today is probably, I think we're kind of splitting up some of the group a bit. Some of us are going to the aquarium. I think I'm going to try to do the Field Museum because while some of my friends went last year, I did not go last year, and so I'd like to see the Field Museum, and then Planetarium might be on the schedule. We'll kind of see how today goes. It went a lot slower. We were all kind of tired this morning after GoFest yesterday, and we were all just slept in, took it easy, but now we're ready to go out and see the town. All right, so here we are. Here's the food. We have the red velvet pancakes, which look delicious. And then I got the pound French toast with blueberries. And it looks super good. We are extremely excited to chow down now. So the aquarium line is fairly long. As you can see, Chicago is quite popular for rainy day museum trips. So I will not be going to the aquarium today, but I've got friends who will be, but I'll see if I can get them to tell you how it is. Where I'm going today is the Field Museum, which has a little event happening on it, but yeah, going to the Field Museum, and the line is a lot less. Today has been very busy. First we went to Chicago Waffles for lunch, which was very, very delicious. Didn't get the waffles, but from what I heard from my friend who got the red velvet waffles, those were really good. And so then after, we walked over to the aquarium as well as the Field Museum. So I decided to go into the Field Museum, which was way larger than I actually expected. I was expecting like, oh, okay, it'll be like a normal sized museum. I didn't quite expect it to be quite as large as it actually turned out to be. So it had several sections. So there was a section of the museum that really focused on like taxonomy, animals, wildlife, so animals such as dogs, cats, various deer, wildlife in North America, wildlife in Africa, and so pretty much just kind of overall wildlife. And then a next part of the museum focused on Africa. So it focused on various countries within the continent of Africa and kind of what they were doing to help preserve things or to just teach about the history of it. And so that was a really interesting section. There was also a section on various plants within the world, as well as a section on the North American continent. So the history of it, the history of the native people, and the various different types of development of civilization. So that part was very interesting. There was also a section, of course, the headlining part was the T-Rex Zoo, which is the most completed T-Rex skeleton that has been found anywhere in the world, and it was found in North Dakota, and it is housed at the Field Museum in Chicago. So that was really cool. They also had several other skeletons of various, like the Stegosaurus, Brontosaurus, and things like that. So they had a lot there. There were also, there was a section on jade, which I thought was interesting, as well as a section on jewels. And I'm sure right now that I'm leaving out, right, there's a big Egyptian exhibit as well, which I didn't actually expect that one. So that one was a little odd because you went down into an area that was like it looked like a tomb, and they actually had some pieces from an actual Egyptian tomb in there. So that was very interesting to see. And it was just a lot to see in that museum. I easily could have spent 5 hours in it, or at least, but probably spent about 3 hours in the museum because it was around 5 o'clock when we finished up. So now I'm back in the Airbnb and killing a little bit of time before the Sylph Road has their Pokemon Go Fest after party, which will start tonight at 9 o'clock. So very excited for that. Today's been really fun and I'm looking forward to seeing what else today brings. So, see you later.
The next day, we got up pretty early and headed out, but the fog was absolutely insane around Chicago. What you're seeing right now, you should have been able to see like 30 skyscrapers, but instead it was all just fog for a really long time. And I do not believe we ran into any real thunderstorms at all on our way back home, but the fog was pretty substantial in the Chicago area.